guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am showing you acrylic application. I've got my nails all prepped and I'm just cleansing them, finding the right size of tips. What you want to do is not go too big, not go too small, and this is the CND glue that I'm using. You want to put it on the tip of your nail and rock and push and place right on. And I am using the pinchers to pinch on my fingers so the edges are nice and flush to the nail. It takes a minute to decide which one that you're going to put on your nail, but you just don't want it too small because it will pinch the nail and hurt the client, or you don't want it too big because then it will come off and lift easily. So you got to find a happy medium. Today we're using the stiletto, and this is a long stiletto. In case you're wondering what company this is, it's Not Polish, and they provide nail tips. Next, you'll decide what length you would like, and you can use these clippers to clip easily the ends to your liking. Next is the Vita Prime, and this is from Light Elegance. And I use this for the primer, and it helps with no lifting. This is the tack from Light Elegance, and I place this all over the tip and the nail for extra adhesion. Usually I put a base layer of acrylic because when you file down, then you have that extra base and can change colors out. But today I'm just using totally taupe and no base layer. Okay, you want to get your liquid to powder ratio and form your bead. Now it looks wet, and you can play with it after you let it sit for just a second, and it kind of becomes like a rubbery playing thing. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. Get your second bead and go into your cuticle area, and you can do the third bead. There's so many methods that you can do. You can do a 10 bead method, you could do a 3 bead method, you could do a 2 bead method, or a 1 bead method. It really is up to you on how you want to go about it and what you're comfortable with. With these longer nails, I use a lot more beads. Now I'm just building up my apex, and you want to have that in the middle of the nail to the end of the nail with the stilettos. Now that it would be back towards the cuticle area if they were shorter nails. As you can see, I'm trying to tilt my nail downwards so the flow goes down and not into my cuticle area, but doing it on yourself is quite impossible to have that happen. So you just find little angles to work with, and then you go from there. But just do the best you can when you're working on yourself, and with clients it's a much easier process, I promise. Now I'm going onto the lower apex, just filling in that gap where I need it most, and I feather up and I feather down just to fill in that spot, and that can get evened out. Where you start on the nail is totally up to you. Most people I've seen start where the tip and the nail meet, and so it just gives that extra apex, and so you start out right. So I guess I just recommend that if you're a beginner, that would be probably the best way to go. The goal is, or it would be, to make the application as smooth as possible. So you don't have much filing at the end, but in some cases it's kind of impossible with so many beads. So thank goodness for e-files, and thank goodness for finish filing, because that perfects it at the very end. But you guys, patting it down, I noticed, has made a significant difference. So keep patting, and the sides. Make sure your apexes are high enough, that you have enough strength all throughout the nail, and that your free edge is slightly bigger than a credit card. The myth is that it has to be as thin as a credit card. Well, that nails just break. It's just wrong. So you need it slightly bigger than a credit card.
What we do here is go back.
I have ruined many brushes. My favorite ones, and this is Tammy Taylor, and it's one of my favorites, but I have ruined so many brushes. So make sure to clean it, and proper cleaning. Make sure you get enough monomer in there. Right now I am finish filing, e-filing, and getting around the cuticle area, smoothing it out, getting all the lumps and bumps gone, making it a nice slope. I'm taking my precautions here because you don't want to file off too much. Sometimes we can do that with an e-file, and so that's a caution that you need to take in because you've built up that nail so well, and too much filing can cause lifting, so taking consideration of that. But yeah, this will smooth it out really well. This is a safety bit, and it's ceramic, and it's one of my favorites. It works really well for multiple things. I built up my apex on my middle finger a little too high, so I'm taking that bulk down just a hair. can see, I missed a spot in this finger. I have a little dip in the thumb. And so I will show you how to fill that in with some base gel, and that will just perfect it. Okay, working on the details. So we are cleaning out the cuticle, and this bit is pretty amazing. This is the cuticle bit, and it gets underneath the nail and all along the sides really well. So it is quite coarse. It's not a fine grit, but it does the job, and you just have to take your cautions on when you're getting by the skin or too close underneath the nail. You don't want to hit the hyponychium or damage any part of the cuticle area. Now I'm finished filing, getting all it perfected around the cuticle area, getting anything else underneath, any stray acrylic that's hanging around on the sides and underneath, and yeah, just practically shaping and using my acrylic brush to clean it up. I'm using the buffer to get everything else smoothed out. Okay, we're all cleaned up, and now I use tack to adhere the gel polish to, or whatever I'm doing on top. And this is just to make it extra sticky, has a sticky layer, and you can put this in the UV light for 30 seconds and it will even make it more sticky, but it will air dry too, and you can just use it that way. I told you that I would show you how to fill in that little gap from the acrylic, and I'm doing it with a base coat, just putting a drop on there, and then I'm taking the base again and dipping it in and getting a full coverage, so it just glides right over that and makes it all smooth. Since this is the base, it only cures for 30 seconds. Let's put some shimmer in these nails. This is Light Elegance Smoothie. It is so pretty. I hadn't decided if I was going to do a glitter fade or what I was going to do, but I think I ended up just wanting a full coverage instead. And I'm doing a glitter fade on the pinky instead. Then I'm putting the top coat on over this. That cures in the light for 60 seconds. And look how beautiful this turned out to be. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget, love is free and you're amazing.